So just like everyone else, with the release of Leviathan and the new Terminators, we're going to kitbash them into a Deathwing command squad. I apologize for the video skipping or lagging in places. I'm still trying to figure that out in my recording software. So we're starting out with the Apothecary Terminator, since it's the easiest one. We're going to clip out one of the Terminator bodies and assemble it as normal, without the arms. You'll notice that the Leviathan kit is push fit, and sometimes these pegs are more harmful than helpful, so I find it easy to just clip them off. Go ahead and attach the shin guards and any accessories that you would like, along with the head. Be sure to scrape off any mold lines and any remaining tabs from the sprue. From the Deathwing command kit, we're going to take the arm with the Narthecium, I think that's how you say it, clip off the peg on the shoulder, and glue it on. Really simple. To add some more flair, we'll glue on the sensor pack on the top and the vials to his hip from the same command kit. And we can go ahead and glue on just a regular Stormbolter from the Leviathan kit onto his other arm. You'll notice that the shoulder pads on the Leviathan kits look larger than the traditional shoulder pads, so I'm interested to see how compatible the multi-pose kit will be with these old parts. Moving on to the Champion, which was the hardest kit for me to put together. I think I went through 3 different variants until I was satisfied with the result. I'm using the Terminator Sergeant as the base, with the tactical rock that he's standing on. Clip out the body as before, and again be sure to scrape off mold lines. Cutting out the Champion's halberd from the command squad. First, got it off the sprue. I snipped off the left arm from the hand and found a spare Terminator arm in my bits box, which you can see off to the side there. Comparing it to the hand to make sure that there's a flush fit, I had to scrape it back and clip a little more to get it just right. After gluing the arm to the hand, I cut the shaft just below the hand, trying my best to make sure it was a straight cut. And I found this old heavy stubber in my bits box. So I'm going to use the barrel of that heavy stubber as the shaft of this halberd. You'll probably want to pin the shaft to the hand. Eventually I did have to go back and pin it because plastic glue was not holding correctly. Pinning also will help keep the new shaft completely straight and not veering off to the side. Then I carefully cut off the mace end of the halberd and reattached it to the heavy stubber, being careful again that it's all completely straight. Next, I found this little dangly bit on one of the Terminator chest plates in the Deathwing box. I carefully cut and clipped the chest piece until it was just that decoration bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to save the whole torso. Cut the tab at the back and shave it until it fits just under the upper carapace of the Leviathan torso. You'll notice that I had to clip the existing belt for a better fit so it doesn't jet out, and it makes it easier to glue on. The right hand was the hardest for me to figure out. I initially tried this sword jutting out to the side, but it didn't quite look right. So I eventually landed on using an Indomitus shield with a spare hand clipped into a notch so that it's resting on the shield. Next up is the Terminator Ancient. Clip out the body, put it together as before, attaching the shin and his head, just without his arms. I found that I was going to do some other basing, so I clipped off the peg on his bottom foot there. Clipped out a bolter arm and clipped off the arm, or the hand, holding the bolter. I decided I would want him to be holding a thunder hammer because I'll use him as a Terminator Ancient character model for other Terminator squads if I'm not playing Dark Angels. Clean off any mold lines or tabs still on the hammer or the arm. For the other arm, I wanted this Terminator Ancient to be holding a flag. I don't like when the flag is just sitting on the backpack. So I dug around for a heavy intercessor bit, the one where he's holding the intercessor bolt rifle under his arm. I clipped away the trigger and the handle, as well as the stock. Then I clipped away the barrel just above the grip and cleaned up the cut. Then I took a 2mm drill and started drilling straight through the top, down through the arm and gun. One mistake I made was not planning the exit hole better, so that the hole veers off to the side a bit. Put in some plastic or metal rod to create the shaft of the flag and glue it to the flag back. Go ahead and glue on the thunder hammer to the other arm. For the Terminator with the Cyclone missile launcher, build him as normal, but simply shave off these nubs on the top in order to glue the missile launcher to him. For For the final Terminator, I attached a spare Indomitus shield to a Terminator arm by snipping off a bit of the wrist at an angle. Glued this arm to the body and attached a shoulder pad. For the right arm, I cut out a bolter from a Leviathan arm and glued a hand holding a thunder hammer. And that leaves me with this. This process was a lot of fun, and I love the new Terminator sculpts. Please drop a like or subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below.